Okay, so a few people have got in touch and asked if I could do a worked example of the cosine rule just to talk you through it, and so that's what I've done. Okay, so I'd like you to have a look at this. I'll go through and talk you through the my turn, and then I'll give you the chance to do the your turn as well. And then once you've used this video, I'd like you to then take that and use it to complete the cosine rule task that I've set on Heggerty Maths. So this is the cosine rule to find a missing side. Okay, and the rule is a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. And the reason we need the cosine rule, so the reason why we use it, okay, if you look at the triangle that we've been given, we've got one side of 7 centimeters, another side of 8 centimeters, and the angle in between is 65 degrees. And we're asked to find angle side x, which is the other missing side there. Okay, now if you have a look, the reason we can't use the sine rule is because we don't have any side and corresponding angle facing it. So if I knew the size of this angle, I could do a over sine a equals b over sine b, but because I don't have that, I need to use the cosine rule instead. Okay. So with all trig, the first thing you're going to do is label your triangle. Now looking closely, you see the angle being used is cos a, and as well as that, we're actually trying to find the side a, which is going to be facing angle A, isn't it? So when we label the triangle, I'll make that side an angle A, and then I'll do side B, angle B, sorry, and side B, and then angle C and side C. Okay, and all that's left to do once I've done that is to then substitute my values that I know into the formula. So I've got so a squared is 7 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 7 times 8 cos angle A, which is 65 degrees. Cos 65. So I put that into my calculator. So 7 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 7 times 8 cos 65, and then remember to close the bracket at the end. Okay, so a squared gives me a value of 65.67. Okay, so that's a squared, remember, so if I want to find a, then it'll be the square root of that. And as I've showed you before, you could type 65.67, but rather than type it back in again, I'm just going to use the answer button in the calculator. Okay, it's just down beside the equal sign. So all I have to do is press square root and answer, and it gives me an answer of 8.10 centimeters to 2 decimal places. You do need the 0 to show because it is 2 decimal places. It just, in this case, it happens to round down to a 0. Okay, and that's all there is to finding a missing side using the cosine rule. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is to pause the video and then have a go at the your turn question next to it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is label my triangle again. So again, angle A and side A. Side and angle B, side and angle C. And again, all I need to do is put the values that I know now into the formula. Now I'm just going to work through it without speaking, and that way that gives you the time then to check each stage of your working, so you can see if you've got the right answer, perfect. If not, you'll be able to just watch through it and see where yours doesn't match up with what I've done. Okay. Okay, so you should have got an answer of 6.46 centimeters for the missing side. Okay, that's really all there is to using the cosine rule to find a missing side. As with what we've done before, once you've got the triangle labelled, okay, and you've correctly labelled your A, and that's the most important one here, okay, because that's what we're trying to find, and that's the angle that we've got. Once you've done that, it's just a matter of substituting your values into the formula. Okay, there is a rearranged version of the cosine rule to find a missing angle, and I will get a video demonstrating that done soon and get that sent out to you as well.